Hi, it's Lauren Jobson here from Love Life with Lauren and Intuitive Heart Trainings. And today I want to share with you a communication tip that I've been teaching now for over a decade and using this now with my own daughter who's just one and seeing the true magic that this can have in our communication. So, are you a parent? If you are, this is amazing. Now, what's interesting for me to think about is how much in society we have drilled into us to say and think of the things that we don't want instead of being really specific with our thoughts and our focus and focusing on what is it that we actually want and saying specifically what we want. When we talk about losing weight, we are focusing on the weight, and that is something we don't want. How often do you hear people say, I want to be slim, or I want to be this size clothing? Not as often. Hey, what about I want to quit smoking? Yeah, okay, cool. There comes a time when we do, there are circumstances where we do need to say, I don't want this, and flipping it and going, well, what is it that you're going to do, be, have instead? What's really inspiring me to share this with you again is the magic I've been seeing with my 1-year-old daughter, how she's only just now learning about concepts and she's so curious about her external world. But there's many a times, and this would be for all children growing up, there are many times in a parent's life where we have to tell them to not do something, right? But the magic is when we use our words to say what it is that we do want. So instead of saying don't touch, how about saying just looking? And this is something I've used with Amber a lot recently. So the amount of times I'm saying in my day, just looking, and the tone changes as well. Because when you have to say no, it's completely different energy to yes. So instead of don't touch, it becomes just looking. Instead of, oh, no, we go, oh, stop, wait. Something so that was not the same energy, right? But it's again saying what you want instead. Just stop. Good. Now, there are things where you will have to first say what you don't want, and you must then follow it up with what they can do instead. Because for all of us, whether we're a parent or not, talking to ourselves, this is crucial, and to other people, is that the way our unconscious mind works, so the way our mind that is running our behaviors and motivating us, it is like a child, and it doesn't process negatives. Unless we give it a resource for it to do instead, then our RAS system, our reticular activating system, so the part of our brain that notices in our external world what is needed, important, and wanted, if you don't tell your RAS to focus on the specific thing, well, it will only default back. So what I mean by this is if you are saying to yourself, I can't eat chocolate, or don't eat chocolate, what is your unconscious mind thinking of? Chocolate. So what you would do in this case is think of all the things that you can eat instead. Because you can't think about what you don't want to think about without thinking about it first. So what about I don't want to be in debt? Or, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this. I don't want this. I don't want this in a relationship. Blah, blah, blah. Like all of these problems, right? It's flipping it and going, okay, well, what is it that you want instead? And focusing on this. Because here again is where you'll notice the opportunities. You're telling your unconscious mind to pay attention to all of the infinite possibilities over here. Another small example in our day-to-day language is if you say to somebody, don't forget. Well, you've kind of just told my unconscious mind to forget, because we don't so much process the negatives. So we just hear the word forget. So it's like a suggestion to our unconscious mind. So what you would do in this instance, flip it. What would you say instead? I'm asking you now, have a think. Answer it before I do. Instead of, don't forget, you would say, remember. Remember this. So this can be applied to everyday life in all circumstances. At first, when you're paying attention to your language, it feels clunky because talking and communicating is unconscious for us. Thank goodness it has become automatic for us. But the thing is what things have become automatic that we want to bring down a level to become conscious of, so that when it goes automatic again, it's at a completely different level of intention. So noticing what are these automated things that you say in your language and becoming conscious of them. So it will be clunky, it will take willpower, it will take effort, but it's paying attention. So I said the word but, right? So but is generally a word that we want to pay attention to, because if you say the word but, it's negated everything you've said beforehand. So it can be useful, and a lot of the time it's actually not very useful. So if I said, you didn't get what you wanted, but you put in the effort, that's a good way to use it. But what if I said, you did a really great job, but you didn't get what you wanted? If you say it that way, the person doesn't really feel that that's genuine with when you said, you did a really great job, but it doesn't feel so good. So becoming conscious of our language, our words, so that our new cool using words with volition becomes our automation. So if you're a parent and you're talking to your children a lot, so say if they're still really young or living at home and you are giving them instructions on a daily basis, say it how you want it. And if you have to say don't, follow it up with what they can do instead. So don't play on the road. Oh, but look at all of this over here that you can play with. Don't play with your brother's toys, and look at all of these other things that you can play with. You get the idea? Cool. Have a great day. Send me questions if you want. I'm here. hello@lovelifewithlauren.com.au or on the social media platform that you're watching this video on. And I look forward to hearing from you and giving you more tips from NLP and my wisdom of the last 15 years. Have a good day.